What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Lots of news to discuss today. First, a exciting conclusion, it seems like, to the H1-B debate, as Elon Musk and Vivek have both backpedaled a significant amount from their outrageous position of all Americans suck and we must import millions of people from other countries to replace them because they don't work hard. To a more muted take where Elon has now said, hey, look, H1-B does need to get reformed. Vivek also saying the same. Things got pretty nasty there. People want to start digging around, point out, hey, Vivek, how'd that IPO go that you cashed out on I think it was a diabetes medicine or something like that never came to market, but you took a lot of money for this kind of stuff. Obviously, Elon, somebody who came to this country on an H1-B, who is an immigrant, has some strong emotional ties to the program. But what we saw was both sides really being dishonest, mostly the tech bros being dishonest, that the H1-B program was just perfect and absolutely required for this country to thrive, which is nonsense. This country, America, has thrived, just like many other countries have, for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before an H1-B program ever existed. But both took a step back. Then Trump changed the conversation this morning by putting a full-throated support behind Mike Johnson, somebody that a lot of people hate, given his support from the omnibus and willingness to give money to Ukraine and all this kind of stuff. I don't think that it's always the best decision to excuse every possible mistake that Donald Trump makes as a fifth dimensional chess move. But this one may have a more reasonable answer as to why he backed him. We'll get into that. Also, don't forget to tune in today, 1 Eastern. If you're a YouTube viewer, please subscribe to Quartercast. I'll be live with Hannah Claire Brimlow and Six Hexenhammer today at 1 Eastern. I'll leave it linked in the description below, or download the Rumble app and follow me over on Rumble at the Quartering. Slapped down Musk, forced into massive U-turn after MAGA meltdown. Now, again, yes, there were, it would be disingenuous to say that there weren't some people that were probably flying off the handle. But the reality is, people like Elon, people like Vivek, were ignoring the fact that the program is wildly taken advantage of by greedy corporations. Things getting revealed like Patrick Bet-David having used an H1-B visa to hire a graphic designer for $42,000, or at least applying for one. Patrick Bet-David couldn't find a graphic designer for $40K in America? That's absurd. Obviously, corporations take advantage of the H1-B program to hire cheap labor. Let's stop with the as the kids would say, the cap. Stop with the lying. Also, obviously, companies do use the H1-B visa program to bring in, as Elon says, the top 0.01%. The truth is, the program needs to be reformed. Elon Musk is now trying to patch up a gaping chasm in the MAGA world in a bid to survive intense blowback from his immigration position. And again, to be fair and honest, not dishonest, Elon Musk's position on, importing talent or importing people and immigration has basically always been the same. You may disagree with it, but this is not a new position for Elon. After a whirlwind week where President-elect Donald Trump, Doge co-chief, agreed with the Post that called Americans too dumb to exclusively fill the U.S. tech force and urged detractors to take a big step back and go F yourself, has decided to simmer down slightly. Now, I'm not going to rehash everything he said. We already saw that. Responding to a post on X claiming visas were being used to hire low-paid tech workers from overseas, Musk finally conceded that the program is broken. That's all we wanted. So for everyone on the left that says, MAGA there's a schism. No, this is actually debate, right? I never said abolish the H1-B program. I mean, maybe, hyperbolically. What I was pointing out was that it was being used by tech companies to fire high-paid American workers, by the way, of all colors, okay, and in most cases replace them with entry-level people from India and other Asian nations. That's just a fact. I've proved that multiple times. Disney was sued and brought up, I think, to Capitol Hill to defend their firing of their entire IT staff. They then forced their native IT staff, American IT staff, to train a bunch of people from India, or I should say H1-Bs, or they would take away their severance. And guess what? They got sued for that. And our government said that they were right to fire all their American workers and replace them with foreigners. But however, Elon did say it's easily fixed by raising the minimum salary significantly, adding a yearly cost for maintaining the H1B, making it materially more expensive to hire from overseas than domestically, he said. So basically, Elon agrees with me that the best solution would be to tariff it. If you tariff it, you remove the financial benefit of the H1B. You can't hire $40,000 a year, $20,000 a year cooks, or $40,000 a year golf instructors, or whatever, all the stuff that was floating around the internet. He also writes, overseas domestically, I've been very clear that the program is broken and needs major reform, he added. I'm confident that the changes made in the Donald Trump administration will make America much stronger. If that's true and they're going to reform it, good. Let's move on, right? It's time to move on from this topic, because that's all we want. Musk, a naturalized U.S. citizen who has used the H-1B visa himself, has rattled MAGA hardliners and less impressionable ex-users who haven't forgot his recent meltdown. Deport Elon to India. I don't care about any of that stuff. It's time to move on. He agrees it needs to be reformed. Let's reform it and really make sure we're only bringing in the 0.01% of talent, and I'm okay with it. And we have millions of people pouring over the southern border. Let's take care of that first. The H-1B program, if we can raise the cap 50%, fine, just let it be. No more replacing American workers with foreigners. Make it financially prohibitive to do so, and I think we're fine. You see, now he's Vivek in response. Doge co-head Vivek Ramaswamy has also softened his tone after Boxing Day slam on American culture. He recently reshared comments he made last year in which he pledged to gut the H-1B program. This is all I wanted. This is all I think. This is fine. This is 100% fine. This after President-elect says, I have always been in favor of H-1B visas. Again, I don't have a problem with H-1B visas. I have a problem when they're used to fire American labor and replace it with cheap labor. So as long as they're not doing that, I'm cool with it. For years, Breitbart News has chronicled the abuses against white-collar American professionals as a result of the H-1B program. There are 650,000 H-1B visa foreigner workers in the U.S. at any given moment. Americans are often laid off in the process and forced to train their foreign replacements. Research published by the Journal of Business Ethics recently revealed that foreign H-1B workers are paid about 10% less than their American counterparts doing the exact same job. So, of course, it was about work. 71% of tech workers in Silicon Valley in California are foreign-born, while the tech industry in San Francisco, Oakland, and Hayward is made up of 50% foreign tech workers. Up to 99% of H-1B visa workers imported by the top 8 outsourcing firms are from India. Okay, so let's raise the cap, only super duper duper specialized people, and tariff it, and then that's problem solved. Here's the new problem. Trump now has officially endorsed Mike Johnson for House Speaker. Now, a lot of people are pissed off about this. I understand, but I think I'm going to give Trump, again, I'm not going to give this is Trump playing fifth dimensional chess. He's got a bigger plan, but it is at least possible that we just have to get Mike Johnson selected fast to avoid any kind of chaos leading up to certification. After that, the House Republicans just do whatever they want. We are the party of common sense, a primary reason we won in a landslide, the magnificent and historical presidential election of 2024. Blah, 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 blah. Talking about Beyonce, blah, 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 blah. The American people need immediate relief from all of the destructive policies of the last administration. Speaker Mike Johnson is a good, hardworking, religious man. He will do right thing. He will do the right thing. We will continue to win. Mike has my total and complete endorsement. Make America great again. Obviously, a lot of people do not like him for a previous history of rhino behavior. People don't like him because he accepts a lot of funding, apparently, from AIPAC. People don't like him, mostly because he's a rhino. Mostly because he's a rhino. I don't, MAGA has a tendency to live and die on every decision like it's life or death. I mean, you can always get rid of this guy later. Think about this. Hakeem Jeffries, a speaker, that's who we could end up with. Let's trust God and praying for our country and leaders. If he says he's good, I don't get this at all. Mike Johnson is a spineless coward who has done nothing to help we the people, who in good faith put cockroaches like him in power. This is a poor choice. I don't know what Trump was thinking. I don't know. Because if it's not him, it ends up being Steve Scalise or somebody worse. It's possible. It's all possible. The Paul Ryan transformation. Johnson can't be holding a debt ceiling vote hostage and a pay raise for Congress, could he? Weren't they caught by Doge with their hands in the cookie jar, voting yes on the original bill? Yeah, I mean, again, it's weird. I don't love this guy. But I also understand, like I said earlier, maybe he just, who else are they going to get in? Who else has enough votes? The guy's trying to get the election certification process done in the next week. I don't really know. Maybe he, Trump had a conversation with him and said, you better get going here. I don't know. Paul Ryan 2.0, what a disaster. I'm not a fan of this move. Pretty much everyone hates it. Hopefully, maybe they can, do something about it after Trump is president. But I have a feeling he just didn't want any upheaval right now. I could be wrong. It could just be a terrible decision by Trump. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to tune in. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to my Quartercast channel. I would really, really appreciate it. Trying to get it to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm at 58,400, so we got a long way to go, but I stream there every day at 1 Eastern. I really think you'll like the show. We've got Hannah Claire, Styx Hexenhammer, Luke Rudkowski, Gothics, Melanie Mack, and much more, all in rotating co-hosts. You can watch it live, or if you don't watch it live, you can watch it later in the evening when you want to cover up on the news, catch up on the news. Also, remember, we'll be live every day this week at 8 Eastern as well, filling in Tim's slot. So make sure you tune in. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.